knitters, Phelan from Strand Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have classes and how to rescue your knitting. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to go through the classes first. So the first class is this Sunday, 10 to 12. It's the pillow class, which is an Intarsia technique class is basically what it is. So here's the square, and I'll put the pillows up here. And so we're going to do this, learning how to do Intarsia. So Intarsia is where you have this block of color in the middle of another color where you can't strand it. It's too far away to strand. And so, so you do Intarsia. So you end up with strands on the dark blue color here. You'll have strands with the green color here, and you'll have a strand with the blue color again. So that every time you come to the color you pick up, you drop the one you just did, you picked up that one, you come back, and yeah. So anyways, it's a whole technique. But it's how you do like anything that's like a picture. Like, so if you put like a heart in the middle of a sweater, you can't strand it, you know, all the way around the sweater. So you do Intarsia. So that's what this class is. Now our pillow is nine squares. You can make one square. It's perfectly fine. So you can make one square and just sew a back on it and stuff it, and you have a little pillow, or put some lavender in it or something like that. You could also maybe felt it, and it could be like a little coaster. So anyways, you can do one. And you will need 2 skeins of carry-on if you're gonna do 4 squares or less. And you'll need 4 skeins of carry-on if you're gonna do all 9 blocks for the pillow. So this is Sunday from 10 to 12. Class coming up after that is January 31st, which is a Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30, and that's knitting 911. So this is how you're gonna fix your knitting. Learn how to fix your knitting, learn how to read your knitting, learn what a knit stitch really is doing, what a purl stitch really is doing, how to pick up stitches. I have my notes here, so it's like how to join yarns, different ways of joining yarns, if you need to change colors, how to weave in ends, how to fix your holes, and what's causing the holes, because the holes you don't want are caused a couple different ways normally. Those are how to unknit your knitting. All those things will be covered in class on Wednesday the 31st. So you will just come, bring yourself. You don't have to bring any needles or yarn. I will have swatches for you to work on that I've already worked up so that you can work on those. And yeah, you'll just be taking notes and learning. So it's a lot of fun. You actually leave going, okay, I can sort of do some of this. So that is the 31st, Wednesday, 4:30 to 6:30. And the next class after that is February 4th, which is a Sunday, 10 to 12, and that's a sock class. Now, beginning sock class, we use baby socks because that way you get through everything pretty much. You can get through everything in the class. If you're on a regular size sock, it's like you can do your toe, and then you're gonna be knitting the foot, and you'll have to leave class and you haven't even touched the heel. So with the baby sock, we can do that. So we use Cash Merino Baby. It's a sport weight. I'm probably on a size like 4 needle or something, and you can get 3 socks out of 1 skein. So like if you bought 2 skeins, you would have 3 pairs of socks. But out of 1 skein, you'll get 3 socks. Okay, and that's about right, because you really need to do this several times. The first time you make this, you're not gonna like it. You're gonna think, oh my God, I could never get this. My brain is not understanding what's going on. Totally normal. And it takes going the repetition of like 3 different ones. So that's why if you do like 3 pairs of little baby socks, you still haven't knitted as much as you would have if you were knitting an adult sock. And you will have done this whole process 6 different times, pretty close together. And then you can decide whether you sort of like this or forget, I'm not a sock knitter. But you can't make that decision after 1 sock. You don't know, because the first sock is like scrambling your brain. Scrambles everybody's brain. Scrambled my brain. So you have to give yourself a little bit of time to decide whether you really like the sock knitting or not. I mean, I love sock knitting because after you get it down, after you get sort of what the recipe is for your foot that fits your foot, it can be pretty brainless knitting most of the time. I mean, you could cast on, you do your leg. Okay, now I have to pay attention. I've got a heel. I do the foot. Now I got a toe. Or if you're going toe up, which I think we're going to do this toe up. You've got the toe at the very beginning. Do the foot. Now you got the heel, and now you're good. Doing the leg, binding off, you're good. So there's lots of areas. There's only 2 points of which you need to pay attention to what you're doing. Other than that, it can be just stockinette or rib. It can be ribbed or anything like that. And of course, if you really love it, there are thousands and thousands of sock patterns on Ravelry in the world at large. And there's some gorgeous socks. And so if you like, this is another good thing to use to learn techniques, because again, it's like just a little thing. But there's some gorgeous cabled socks, lace socks, colorwork socks. I mean, I'll put some up here. It's like crazy what people do with their socks, and it's just a lot of fun. So sock class is February 4th, Sunday, 10 to 12. Okay, so now I had you clean out your notions. I hope you did that. Now I'm going to talk about reclaiming yarn. So if you're a person like that's been knitting a while, if you're a beginner, this won't apply to you. But if you're a person that's been knitting a while, then you probably have a few projects sitting somewhere in the corner that haven't seen the light of day in quite a long time. And they're just sitting there. So we call those UFOs, unfinished objects, or WIPs, works in progress. and it's good to sort of take stock, because sometimes one, you don't really realize what's there, and you go, oh, I forgot that was even around. And two, you sort of can figure out, oh, this is almost done. Why did I stop? Or three, never gonna finish this. This isn't gonna happen. And now you have permission to pull it out. Okay, so go through what you've got, claim. Also, you can figure out where all your needles are, because I guarantee that's where your needles are too. Why don't I have my needles? Let's go see what projects you have on needles. And so yes, so you can finish it, and you can decide not to finish it. Those are really the 2 choices, is those. So you can go ahead and finish it, and maybe, get it out, knit a few rows until it's done, a day or something. But if you've got something, it's like time's passed, I don't like this, I'm not feeling it, I've moved past this, whatever, reclaim the yarn. Okay, so just take it out, pull it out, wind up a ball, and then you can reuse the yarn. Now, if it's been knitted for a while, it's going to come out kinky. So see, I'm not a real influencer, because I had to pull out almost a whole sweater yesterday because the gauge was off. And I didn't film it. We were here in the store, and I'm like using the ball winder to pull this thing out. Here's the ball I wound, so you can see how much yarn I had to take out. Oh my God. Yeah, the gauge was too tight. It would end up too small, and I didn't check soon enough, like when you split for the sleeve. See, even I do it. And I didn't check it, and sure enough, it's too small. So when you do that, you'll see, this isn't too bad, but the yarn can be really kinky, okay, really kinky. And you can't knit with that, all right? If you knit with it, your knit stitches are all gonna be uneven. So you have to get the kinks out. So what you do is you have to make like a oval, like a skein worth, like this. So you have to get your yarn into this shape, right? So in order to do that, if you have a ball winder, a Swift, which is I'll put a picture of it, then you can do it with that, spinning it. And I will show you how, next week I'll have a tutorial filmed up with me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do it with this yarn, even though it wasn't knit up too long. But then I might not, because this isn't too bad. So this isn't bad, because that's not the real kinky stuff. So I may not have to, but I can still show you how to do it. So you're going to get that into that shape. Now you can wind it between some chairs. You can wind it, you can have a person doing this while you sit there and, wind it around. If you have a Swift, it's simple. You get it going, and then you can just, spin it and have it wind. Anyway, so you're going to have this. I can show you. So you're going to have something that looks like this. You're going to tie it. So you want to tie it in like 4 places where you can just tie it on. You can put it halfway through. You can just tie it like this. And you want it to be in like 4 of the places. And then you're going to wet block it, basically. You're going to soak it in the water, just water, and for like 15 minutes. Then you're going to get as much water as you can out of it. Roll it in a towel. Try to be very gentle with it, because you don't really want to mess it up as far as getting it unwound back into a ball. Then you're going to hang it up right here, and you're going to put another hanger here. so that there's a little bit of weight so that it will dry straight. And you let it dry. And then you have brand new yarn that you can use on another project. So if you've got like if you're pulling out like a sweater, which happens, you know, even if you finish the sweater, you may go, I'm never going to wear this sweater, but this is really good yarn, and I don't want to just get rid of it. So you could undo it and then reclaim the yarn. So reclaiming yarn is good. So go through your stuff, see if there's anything you need to reclaim, undo it. I would ball it up first for a bit and see if it will relax itself back out, because sometimes it does that and you don't have to do the washing part. But if after, you know, a week or so, you undo it and it's still kinky, you're gonna have to wash it to be able to use it again. And it really isn't that bad. So, but reclaiming yarn is good. So you're gonna look at your projects, decide whether you're gonna finish them or whether they're done. And if they're gonna finish them, I would sort of like get them out where you see them and work on a few rows a day or something, just to get, you know, and it'll get done, or reclaim the yarn. So there's something to think about. All right, that's it for today. And I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.